Hello friends, can a family have different rule for its members? So similarly, a country, though governed by the constitution, cannot have different rules and regulations in different fields. Uniform Civil Code या समान नागरिक संहिता is a proposal which is going to be formulated for our nation, which will have similar personal laws for all citizens of every religion, gender or sexual orientation. Because presently all the personal laws are governed by religion. This is basically because it is the vested interests of the leftist wings or the religious heads. They do not want their powers to go, or they want to keep the citizens or the people under their control, which may be detrimental in some cases. But as a country, if we have to move forward, we need to have equal laws in all aspects of succession, marriage, evidence, contract at a same level for every citizen, irrespective of his religion. This has been the mandate of the ruling government, but then there are other schools of thoughts also in which some of the communities feel that it is against them. Here I would like to say that Article 25 and 28 of the Constitution gives you the aspect of religious freedom, but Article 44 says that when national policies have to be formulated, then directives can be issued which can break through the barriers of religion and other aspects, because the nation is numero uno. The personal laws basically encompass marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption and maintenance. Before independence, because Goa was under the Portuguese Raj and was away from the British, therefore they had the Uniform Civil Code which applied across all religions or all genders. It was the same for all citizens and it was called the Goa Civil Code. This was the only state in India with a uniform civil code till date. Following India's independence, Hindu code bills were introduced which largely codified and performed personal laws in various sects among Hindu religions like Buddhists, Hindus, Jains and Sikhs, but it exempted Christian, Jews, Muslims and Parsis, which identified themselves as distinct communities from the Hindus and had their own law. The Islamists follow the Shariat law. Now, when the Britishers came to India and the East India Company was established, they had Western thoughts and tried to put a uniform code across all citizens. But then there was a revolt by the various religious heads, and the common code was not acceptable to the high-class Hindus or the Muslims or even other communities. Now we know that the Britishers always believed in divide and rule, so they did not touch the aspects of marriage, divorce, inheritance and succession. and only created a uniform code for crime, evidence and contract. But as time went, this case of uniform civil code for the aspects of crime, evidence and contract was shown up in the Lexi Loci report of the Britishers in 1937. But as time went on, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar stood up for widow remarriage and it started seeing the light of day. Then the All India Women's Congress also stood up for the inheritance of the woman because there was no equal rights for the son and daughter. The daughter was not supposed to inherit anything of the father. So the laws were changed and the Hindu Marriage Act was created. The Succession Act was again created, which gave rights to the woman and also rights for remarriage. Then post-independence, because India was a secular country, Nehru wanted a uniform civil code, but again there was resistance. And B.R. Ambedkar, who wrote the Constitution of India and was the law minister, when brought up the concept of uniform civil code in the parliament, was criticized very badly and had to resign. Thus, the Hindu Code Bill was passed and the Islams followed on the Shariat law, and the Christians also had their laws for marriage and related aspects. But as time went on, in 1980, the requirement of a uniform civil code was again reignited because of the Shah Bano case. And what is this case? This is basically about a Muslim lady called Shah Bano who was divorced by her husband after 40 years of marriage in 1980. She was granted maintenance in the lower court after her husband divorced her by the triple talaq concept. But then her husband Khan, who was himself a lawyer, went to Supreme Court, but the highest apex court gave the decision for giving her maintenance as per the. But Shah Bano in 1985, under the Maintenance of Wives, Children and Parents provision, section 125 of the All India Criminal Code, which is applied to all citizens irrespective of religion, was given the directions for maintenance and also gave a directive to the government to formulate an uniform civil code. The Rajiv Gandhi government at that time tried to implement the uniform civil code, but there was a lot of resistance and it could not be implemented at that point of time. And presently, as per the manifesto of the ruling government, the uniform civil code is one of the agendas, and our present Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken up the cudgels that this should be implemented, because we cannot have different rules for different citizens or genders or religions. And every country also has the same. There is a civil code in majority of the countries or the developed countries. So you can give your comments in the comment box below, and also keep listening to us for more such topics. Jai Hind.